What have I learned from that? I've learned that none of them can fight.
This is Jonathan Agger of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Frank Warren. Exactly. Frank, big business for you on October 28th and a really big British heavyweight title fight with a lot of needle.
And Commonwealth.
Where does this rank in terms of British title fights you've put on?
I think it's up there with all of them. I mean, you know, they're two undefeated fighters. There's a lot of needle involved in it, a lot at stake. And I think as far as the boxers are concerned, they got massive pressure on them. This is the main support bout to the main event, which is, you know, massive in itself, and it's going to have fabulous amount of numbers, you know, huge numbers of people watching this. So whoever wins this fight, everyone's going to know who he is. It's going to sort of catapult him into the limelight in a big way. So I think that adds spice to the fight, and I think that we will see something quite exciting.
Just picking up on some comments Fabio made in the press conference, he's claiming that you've brought him over because you don't believe in Adeleye anymore. What do you want to say to that?
Well, that's not true. He's come over because obviously the fight was put out to purse bids, and we agreed terms because we paid more money than his promoter. But he's a free agent. But he's been a lovely guy. That's the first time I've met him myself, and spoke to him on the phone a couple of weeks ago. But he's a nice guy, and David been with us from day one. You know, David's with us, and obviously he's our man. But that doesn't mean that, you know, if Fabio loses the fight, that it'd be the end of our association. I have no problem with that. You know, we're blessed in Queensbury with the heavyweights. Lots of heavyweights, some great fights to be made there. So win or lose, whoever wins or loses this fight, it's not the end of the world.
In terms of the fight itself, expecting a knockout?
I am. I don't think they go the distance. I really don't. I don't think they go the distance. I don't think these guys have any intention of making it go the distance. I think they will be looking to take their heads off each other.
There's a couple more to get your opinion on. Obviously on the weekend, KSI and Tommy Fury. What was your thoughts on it? Look,
it was it weren't, you know, no spectacle, was it? It was a 6-round fight. That's what it was. It wasn't the most exciting thing in the world, that's for sure. And the rest of it was average, to say the least.
Froch was saying that, look, this is diabolical and this whole Misfits circuit should end. Is there a place for it, in your opinion?
Look, there must be a place for it because it's sold out. And it sells out because the people who follow these guys, I would say probably about 95% of the audience in there are people who follow these respective YouTubers. And that's their audience, and if they can make money and monetize that, great. As long as, you know, medically they're fit enough to box, and all the medical safeguards are put into place on the night, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it at all. What I do have a problem is when they call it boxing, and people saying that these guys should be licensed by the Boxing Board of Control. Now, Tommy is licensed, or was, I don't know if he still is, but he was, or is licensed by the board, and he can continue to box. At the moment, he's the boss of YouTube boxers. He's the guy who's come through. He's earning phenomenal money doing that, and good luck to him, and that's fantastic, because at this, if he was come back into boxing, the level he would fight at would be far, far superior than that, and to get to the earning capacity that he'd have to get to, that to be a world title fight, you know, in a big world title fight. So it's a way off. So if he can do what he's doing, which is making money out of these fights and doing well, you know, 6-round fights earning this type of money, you can't knock it. But they're not a boxing audience. They're young kids, they're youngsters who buy into this, and that's it, that's what it is. I mean, tag team boxing, what the fuck's that all about? Please.
Last one on this, can, you know, you guys as promoters learn anything from their production and how they've sold out the event and done well on pay-per-view? Is there anything you guys can learn?
Look, I don't know what they pay these guys. I don't know what the undercard people get paid. I have no idea, and it's not my business. Have I got any, I always try to learn from anything. What have I learned from that? I've learned that none of them can fight.
Final one, Frank. You said in a previous interview today that you've appealed against the WBA's decision to not overturn the Dubois Usyk. What is the aim from this appeal? Because obviously you're looking at making Fury Usyk.
The ruling they sent us didn't deal with what our complaint was, and our complaint was the referee giving an extraordinary amount of time for Usyk to recover, despite the fact he wanted to carry on himself, and he didn't give the correct instructions before the fight. They haven't dealt with that.
So do you want them to order a rematch, or?
Well, I doubt very much if they will. I would love that to happen, but I doubt that's going to happen. But they have to do something for Daniel Dubois, because there has to be some sanctions somewhere, because the referee got it terribly, terribly wrong. Look, he won that fight. In my opinion, he won it. He hit the guy with a legitimate shot, and the referee got him out of jail, and that's what happened.
Frank, appreciate your time, and roll on Saudi Arabia next week. Thank you.